What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. You've joined us for the preview. It is Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. kickoff at the City Ground. But before we get into that, here's a little word about our sponsors from me. It's a massive clash in the Premier League this week. It's second versus third. And as Arsenal head to the City Ground to face Forest, Forest have been flying this season. But let's not forget how Arsenal handled business in the reverse fixture. Goals from Saka, from Partey and from Ranieri landed a dominant 3-0 win at the Emirates. I hope for the same. And our friends at Paramount UK are offering you the chance to back Arteta's men at enhanced odds of 30-1. To claim this offer, simply create a Paramount UK account, opt into the promotion and then place a £1 bet on Arsenal to beat Forest. Remember guys, you know how this thing goes. You must be 18 or over and a UK resident. All winning bets are paid out in free bets. Full terms and conditions apply, with all links you need in the description below. A huge thank you to Paramount UK for sponsoring this video. So lads, we've had the wind knocked out of our mat sails and it feels like we've hit a new Murillo. But this Wednesday, it's Red and Ben White versus Red and Morgan Gibbs White. If we win, Chris, would it make you start believing again? Or, no, is the Espírito Santo gone completely?
Don't give up the day job, Cecil. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is the fucking day job. That's the problem.
I think I don't know who's less impressed, me or Turkish there, man. Look at his Turkish face. He's done, man.
Usually I feel sorry for him. Today I feel sick.
Okay, well, we're having the preview now. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about what we've got coming up off the back of a sad weekend for us as Arsenal fans. It feels like the title's completely gone. It's second versus third though this Wednesday. What's the mood like? Let's start with you, Dan. For you, like going into this game, what any thought on potentially it could be a door opening? Obviously, City losing to Liverpool the other night. Are you completely done?
Yeah, I think it's a wrap. Yeah. I think the weekend it's a wrap now. There was a glimmer of hope. I never really had any hope because of the fact that we did nothing in the summer and a January transfer window to give me that kind of hope. However, there was, if you look at it mathematically, the table said that we could still get into this title race, and unfortunately we did nothing about trying to capitalise on that. Look, I've got to be honest with you, I think the club have got everything they deserve, man. I think the club have got everything they deserve, and let's, you want to go into this game, let's quickly look at why I'm not excited about this game anymore, because there's so many reasons as to why right now I'm unhappy with the football club, and it goes from top to bottom. The only people that I potentially feel a little bit sorry for are some of these players, because I look right now and we're unhappy. Yeah, we're unhappy. I look at the players and I think, are they happy with the last couple of transfer windows? Because when I'm wanting to move to a club, if it was me, I'm believing the vision. I'm believing what I've been told. I'm listening to the words from Mikel and Edu at the time and believing that we were going to try and get ourselves into a position where we can win trophies. But nothing really around the surroundings is proving that that is the case. In terms of the ownership, the board, which is now depleted and not been replaced, and then the manager, who for whatever reason does not have the mentality to get us across the line when it matters. Yeah. The pressure is on in many games and many situations this season, the last season and the one before that. And we crumbled at every hurdle. And that's why it deflates me, if I'm honest with you. So I don't have much glimmer of hope going into this fixture, because I don't think that Nottingham Forest will be too happy with their recent form. But I bet they're still up for it, because it's against Arsenal. They can still get top four. They know the title's done as well now. They weren't going for a title. But at the moment, I think they're in a better position to finish higher in the table than us because of their squad. I think they've got a better front line than us. I think they've got a good squad.
We were going to
difficult, man.
No worries, we're going to break that down as well. Obviously, we do a Predict 11 video, but also, like you mentioned, I think their front line. We'll go through it in a sec. But Turkish is.
You lot brought Dan for the wrong one. Yeah. The people out there, where's James? Where's Robbie? Where's
It's going to be very low. Because I was going to ask you the same question. Like, should fans have any hope? Do you even care?
Come on,
it feels like
bro.
you don't even care about
what it is now, man.
I'm aware. I was aware before the West Ham game.
At times like this, you also ask yourself, or you tell yourself, it'd be nice to have an FA Cup fixture to look forward to. All we've literally got is Champions League, and would be having a laugh if we entertained that. Let's be serious. In this current state, we'll be having a fucking laugh, as the chant goes. So it'd be nice to be in the FA Cup, or have a Carabao Cup final to go on biscuits. This season went in a way where I wanted steak and I would have taken biscuits. Got neither. Plate's empty, and it's going to remain empty until May, and then once the season ends, the noise goes with it. Transfer window starts. The fools online start toying with the fan base. Names start popping up. Probably get 1 or 2 this summer. Have to. But I've seen the club do things that have surprised me before, including this January. So be surprised would be my.
So not be surprised. It's be surprised.
Yeah, be surprised because people are still surprised by this. So I've got to be surprised. I'm not surprised anymore. Nor is Dan. This just stinks of things that have gone on before, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years ago, and the common theme is the ownership. That is the common theme. I'm not, I'm not taking any blame away from Mikel here either, because in my opinion, Mikel's joined the Get Along gang this season with a lot of the comments he's made. He signed the contract and he made a lot of comments, and at times, even me, I look at some of the comments he makes in press conferences and it feels like he might be sending a message to the ownership. But at times, more often than not this season, there's been the opposite type of message in the press conferences, which is they're doing what they need to do. He's happy with them and it's all going smoothly. This Edu thing, come on. I look back at that now, he's still on gardening leave. He's not on gardening leave, he's suspended. Edu is suspended. People. He's suspended, bro. Because listen, listen to this, yeah.
I'm with Turkish.
Understand this, yeah. These lot were all friends. It was a good group, right?
All as one, yeah.
So if this is an amicable departure, right? Either the departure starts there and he's separated, right? And he goes and does what he needs to do. He might even take a break himself. He's got enough money, right?
Oh yeah, before he goes to his new job, yeah, he can do. That's you'd say, yeah.
But it's not been cut.
No. So he should be.
He's still on the books
of Arsenal.
So why wouldn't he continue doing his role to the end of the season? Because the club don't trust him to be around what the club are doing. So whichever way you look at it, gardening leave is suspended with pay, which is fine. Whatever. I'm not. But he's suspended. So what happened there? Because when Arteta signed his contract, Edu was mentioned, the group was mentioned.
Yeah.
A few months later, that all falls apart, and going into January, Arteta's telling us we knew he was light. Sorry? I had fans arguing with me for 3 months saying, we're not light. Numbers are down, but the quality is up. Remember that? The numbers are down, but the quality is up. Do you remember that bullshit that fans was? But then Arteta comes out, December 28th or whatever it was. Everyone knew we were light. Sorry? You said going into the season we were light, one forward. You brought in Sterling and you said after a phone call, that was enough to know Sterling was the guy. Whether you believe that or not, that's what you told us.
Is that what Mikel? Yeah,
because he could. Arteta's not an idiot, so he definitely didn't want Sterling and believe what he said when he said, "I picked up the phone," and he did. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Yeah, because Edu also said.
But when you start doing these things, that's what happened to Wenger as well. When you start defending the indefensible, you start looking like an idiot.
Everything we've done, on that point is by design. You know that, right? So we've got a young squad by design. We've got a small squad by design. Mikel Arteta has said he wants to work with a small squad. Go and manage Burnley then. Go and manage Stoke. They've got a small squad. Go do that. Don't do that at this club, man. We need more players. Look at the fixtures we've got. This is why we're going out of competition, Cecil.
Yeah,
this is why we cannot compete in 4 competitions. Turkish is bang on. I would love to be looking forward to a Carabao Cup right now. I'd be loving to look forward to a final. I'd love to be looking forward to an FA Cup. Yet some of the fan base, and only a section of them, are saying, "No, we don't want stuff like that. Don't give me that crazy rubbish. I don't want that. I want the Premier League or the Champions League." Well, we're going to end up with nothing of it, right? So that's why I'm frustrated. That's why I'm deflated. That's why I'm pissed off. And I'm with Turkish bang on. Everything that we have heard from Mikel Arteta in the last 12 to 18 months has been, we need to maximise every single window. How can you say we need to maximise every single window and do near on nothing in most of them in the last, 4, 5, 6 that we've gone past? Yeah. In the winter transfer window, the only thing that I remember us doing was Trossard, Jorginho and Kivior. 2 of which are going in the summer, 1 of which we didn't even want. We went for Mudryk and Caicedo. We ended up with the other ones, right? So how can we sit there and say that we've maximised these windows? It's absolute mad. To do what we've done in January and in the summer, for me, is an absolute disgrace. It's shown me everything I need to know about the football club, and it comes from the top. And in my opinion, the owners are not good for the club. And I don't mind saying it now. Yeah. I don't mind saying it.
The Edu situation is interesting. It's something that will be probably discussed, I'm sure, in a different video, because you're right, he's obviously on garden leave, but there's no help or no
Garden leave is another version of war chest and all these words people use to hide what it really is.
A PR word.
Yeah, garden leave. Come on, my bro.
Yeah, especially when he was so close to it all.
If it was amicable, he'd be gone or he'd be working till the end of the season. Right? That's a fact. If it was a friendly departure, he'd be gone now already then, or he'd be seeing out his season with us. The only way it's gardening leave is if either side are not happy. Well, to be honest, the only way it's gardening leave is if the company is not happy with him. But they haven't got enough to sack him.
Yeah, because he's.
But also they might have enough, but sacking him would look crazy. But it looks crazy as it is, in my opinion. It just goes under the radar now. We're talking about the next sporting director, maybe this Real Sociedad one. Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit about the sporting director.
Well, it won't be that. It won't be him. It'll be that Jason Ato. They'll just keep him.
Oh,
real talk, bro.
You know, Dan. Arteta's the manager. He's not the head coach. He's the manager. But and he's the highest paid out of a lot of them.
Has a lot of control.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of control.
He does.
He's got a lot of authority. He's got a lot of say. With the Aubameyang thing, it was him versus essentially 3 others, and he got his way. Some people say that that it's a show, and maybe they just framed it like that to give you the whatever it is. Look at where we are now. You can't defend it, and if Arteta continues to defend it, he's doing what Wenger did towards the end without the credit Wenger had in the bank.
Let's look at the players' then motivation, because we seem very, and I understand them feeling flat and not even infused ahead of this game. But the players then what have they got? What motivation do they have? Do they have a motivation? Because you mentioned about the players. Listen, Arteta will tell you we're going for everything. We're on the upward trajectory. Son was he might have said to him we're signing players. Try and compete for everything. But now we feel like. You said it's the beginning of the end a few weeks ago, but it now really feels we're in that position. So what do the players have motivation when they go to get?
This ain't the beginning of the end. This is nearly the end, bro.
Yeah, the
beginning was Carabao first leg out to United FA Cup. 2 weeks into the window without signing anyone.
Yeah, now in the eye.
All that coupled up showed me, look, this is the beginning of the end. Whether it's for this season or the process or what this is all going to come to in the end, whether it's in the summer or the summer after that or midway through next season. If they're doing what they're doing the way they've been doing it the last 3 windows, which is the way they were doing it prior to this whole Be Excited era, then I know how this story ends.
Okay. I think you listen. The players will still be motivated towards the end of the season, because I don't look at the players and think, "Wow, they're not trying out there." I think there's more problems than the players. I look above and I look at the manager above and think, there's no doubt that maybe not so much Mikel, but certainly the ownership, in my opinion, believe this process was completed. Champions League done. Top 4. Acceptable success is here. That's what I believe it is now. Because since we've got back into this Champions League, I haven't seen us trying to act to go and win anything. You're telling me that Neto, Sterling, Marino and Calafiori are going to get us across the line? That's not showing us that they want to go and win trophies. They're happy with the top 4. The players, however, I truly believe, and I do believe the manager, I think the manager wants to win. I just don't know the manager's quite good enough to get us across the line. With the players, they definitely want to win. You're telling me Saliba doesn't want to win trophies and that Declan Rice come to Arsenal to get into the top 4. He wants to go and do the best. Saka, likewise, all these guys, they are 100% going to do and give all of their all, their 110%. So I think the players are the ones that I actually feel more sorry for in this scenario. And I don't know that I'd ever said that before, but I actually do. I actually feel quite sorry for them. Look, some of them are let us down. Of course, they have mistakes and stuff like that. But at the moment, if you've got a goalkeeper, a department of defence, and a department in midfield, and then you look at that and go, what happens next? And there's nothing. I'm feeling sorry for the players there, because Partey, Rice, and these guys can only do so much. You've got Saliba and Gabriel as a partnership getting bigged up. And I was questioning the defensive attributes at the weekend with the West Ham goal. But other than that, I'm looking forward thinking, nah, season done.
Yeah,
I've tapped out.
You're like, the feeling sorry for the players can be a natural feeling. For me, I felt sorry for obviously Miles Lewis getting thrown half in the deep end, really try and change the game, end up getting a red card against West Ham. And yes, it was a bad touch and it was on him, but I think you're put in that situation because of how we've moved as a club. And then also, I've said previously, being a player for a team, when you've got your defenders defending goals and then scoring them to get you out of trouble early on in the season, at a time that will get to a stage where you're a defender looking at your front line like, boys, any danger in helping us out, get us over the line here. So you can't keep relying on us to keep the balls out and then put in the back of the net for our team. So feeling sorry for them, I kind of partly understand. Obviously, like you mentioned, there is some that have just let us down, but it's not a good place right now. Is it simple to say when it comes to Nottingham Forest this Wednesday that they just have I'm gonna get your score predictions in a second, but they have a better team than us or not? Is that too far to say that? Or like you definitely said the front line. I mean, what is it? Elanga, Hadoy. They got Gibbs White there. Obviously, Chris Wood up front in the 9.
They haven't got a better team than us.
Okay.
Our whole midfield unit is there. Our
Right.
whole defensive unit is pretty much there. So if we're actually saying they got a better, then there's a lot more. There's a lot more on Arteta than we think.
Yeah.
But there's some truth in what you say as well. I understand why you say it, because look, we need a goal. We need creativity against West Ham. Our midfield changes. Zinchenko coming on into midfield for the first time. We've got every midfielder there. All our 10s, 8s and 6s are fit. We need creativity. The midfield ain't doing it, so we bring Zinchenko in. That's not on injuries, by the way. That's hidden behind the injuries in the attack and the problems there. But the midfield is a problem as well. So I understand. Overall, we're looking at the team now, and we are 5, probably 6 bodies away from feeling complete again. When it was 2, 3, maybe in the summer just gone.
Yeah,
that's what not maximising every window does, Mikel. You told us that, right? So I'm gonna go by your words. So I get why you're saying that, but there's a lot more on Mikel in terms of the structure and finding something new now, because now we're essentially out of the title. Let's be real here. Find something new, because we cannot go in with these same tactics next season. I know most of the players ain't there for it, but like I said, the whole defensive unit and midfield unit are there. So try doing something different in the last 10, 11 games in the league now. Think of your next phase, because it's going into phase 6, isn't it? Fucking hell. Then, because if the worst thing we can do now, and I barely care anymore for the season anyway as it is, bring the Champions League, and even that, Madrid in our sights, you know what's happening if we get past PSV.
Brother, yeah.
No, but I'm saying Madrid in the sights. I mean, like, I cannot get giddy about the PSV game and potentially beating them because we can, because we're going to go out in the next match anyway.
Yes, if we get, we're
going to go out, and so it doesn't really, you cannot look too far with that. The worst thing we can do.
Atletico Madrid as well. I don't even fancy our chances.
Madrid, whoever.
Any Madrid.
It was
Madrid,
bro.
But 11 games left of the season or whatever it is. Imagine we do the same shit for the next 11 games. We win the majority, maybe 1-0, 2-1, 1-1. Maybe we go on a 10 game unbeaten run again, and all of that stuff. I need to see something new, because this ain't working. This ain't working.
But when? You won't see it now. You mean next season?
I need to start seeing something. And Arteta was very flexible when he first came in. That's how he won an FA Cup.
Correct.
In the first 2 years, he had about 3 formations, from 3-5 at the back to 4-2, 3-1 to 4-3-3 eventually. So, I want to see the next phase now, because the season's done in the Premier League. We cannot go into next season playing the same type of football we're playing this season, because even with Saka, with Martinelli, with Havertz, with Odegaard, throughout the season we ain't been great. We've been rigid.
Right.
We're struggling to either create or finish, one or the other, and that's been a problem. So we need to do something different.
So you want to see that now? You want to see that same trial?
The midfield unit is there, and the defense. Your defense is there, and your midfield is there. I need to see something different.
Okay, so going forward, you want to see him try things to hopefully build for next season.
What would you like?
No,
would you rather see the same shit?
No, because the way we've been playing.
Shit.
I mean, I'd rather wait a little bit further down the line towards get out the Nottingham Forest game, try a few things against clubs that aren't in such good form. I know Forest isn't a massive good form, but they're obviously sitting in third. So I want him to definitely trial stuff, because this season the over suffocation of players and defensive way we've been playing has been boring to watch. Last season we were scoring goals. I was loving
Newcastle,
it.
Bro.
I was loving it.
Concede 3 to Forest, 4 to City, 4 to Bournemouth, 3 to somebody else. We don't score against them in 3 games this season.
Embarrassing.
3
Got
games.
his number, man. Got his number.
Yeah.
This is the problem with Mikel Arteta. There's a blueprint to play against Arsenal right now, and that's why he needs to change it up. Yeah. So there is things he can do. People say, what's he supposed to do? He's got no striker. Well, don't play a striker then.
Well, who told him to buy? And this is where it comes out of Kroenke's hands in a way. Who told you to buy a centre back to play him left back in the summer? Who told you to do that? So partly I get, like, of course, Arteta, I'm looking at you like, what are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing? In phase 5, the year we're meant to win it, you must have known we ain't got the funds like that. So you decide the first signing, the bulk of the money, by the way, goes towards an Italian centre back at Bologna, because you want to play him left back.
Yeah.
So you're testing that shit in phase. Come Come on.
It's even, that's the case
Even
with
playing another
Havertz.
left back, man. I mean, I'm sick and tired of signing 17 left backs when the 17-year-old that was here anyway is better than all of them anyway. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, if you said to me right now in that summer, we've only got £80 million, go get Victor Gyökeres then. Yeah, I don't want Marinos and Calafiores and Netos and Sterling's coming in. Yeah, go buy Neto if you want to go get back up goalkeeper. Just give me Gyökeres ahead of them 3 players. I would have said cool. That's fine. We got the striker we need at least. Yeah. For me, in terms of what Turkish is saying about changing it, people will say, what can he do? Who can he play? People think that you need to just stick with that formation and somebody else goes up top. That don't work, somebody else goes up top. Nah, change it, man. The last time we won a trophy, we played 3 at the back. Go back to that. Play wing backs. Put Partey and Rice in the middle. Play Ødegaard behind one area and Trossard. Do something different, man. Just try something. And you know what people will say? What happens if that don't work? Then you try something else. You're supposed to be a manager.
This ain't
and a
working.
coach.
Yeah, because
this is not
no
working.
one can say that.
Do you know what it is? And do you know what it is? The January,
Jeez.
I was thinking about what you just said there. Get Gyökeres, should have got Gyökeres in the summer and forget the other signings.
I said 150. You remember when I said 150 on Isak and people are like, whoa. But then you're seeing now the profits and what we could have spent in January and summer was 160, right? So I asked those people that said to me, 150, this guy's delusional. I asked those people, would you have rather Isak for 150 going into this season or 160 million saved in February?
Yeah, then
The accountants.
I
they're
know
not
what this
probably
club
gonna
are
say
on,
that.
so I'm trying to put the pressure on them to do. I tongue-in-cheek said Mbappe for a couple of years.
Yeah,
I know
Curtis
there's
did
no
as well.
chance of that. But guess what? This club told me at one point we're doing this move and to get this revenue, and everything's falling in line in terms of revenue, move, more fans, more money, etc. Apart from competing in the market for top players or even going for them. So it's again, I'm going to say this summer, 150 it.
Yeah. And just quickly, just to caveat what people said, if you haven't checked out the video on AFTV with James and the financial guy, we made record profits revenue from ticket sales and all that.
Yeah, we still made a loss, but
the money, we made a loss, but there's record revenue when it comes to Champions League attendance and Premier League attendance.
Brilliant.
And
Did you get a trophy for that?
No, not at all. But I'm just saying that there's money there. That's just back up. So there is money there. That
And you know
I know we made a loss, but they could have taken the loan out or could have done that to be competing. And you mentioned Gyökeres in the summer. I just want to go back to that only because I was thinking when he was going on that rant earlier, Potts, that well, what happens if we got Gyökeres and it didn't work? But then I would have been looking at the January window and saying, well, you then buy another striker or get someone on loan to help, like we saw the Rashford getting 2 assists the other day, Asensio, whoever. You should have got someone in that January window. In the end, that's if Gyökeres didn't work. In the end, we didn't get a striker in the summer. And we didn't even get anyone in the January, just in case, which we needed anyway from the summer. We still didn't get anything there. And it's just all unraveling now. So it's frustrating to see. It's not looking good at the moment. We have to get your score predictions for this game against Nottingham Forest. Before I do that, I do want to read out just a stat quickly. That Nottingham Forest have lost 7 of their last 8 Premier League games against Arsenal, with the exception being a 1-0 home win in May 2023. I actually watched the FA Cup game, the No More Red campaign.
Oh, yeah.
1-0 loss, bro. If the team we had then, no. Oh, my God. If anyone wants, that game.
Was that Tavares got sent off in? Got taken off in 30 minutes. Oh, my God.
Patino.
Another left
we had
back
Lokonga.
Yeah.
We had that Rob Hold. Listen, the game was anyway. But I want to say we've come
but
along.
we as fans haven't learned either. Because them times I remember people saying Lokonga.
Yeah.
And people saying.
It was Lokonga.
Who else do we have them times?
Eddie was up front. Rob Holden was at the back.
Eddie.
Tavares was
We
there.
got a big fan in the room at the moment, but let's not forget how many. Listen, essentially 3 years ago, Holding comes in for Saliba because Saliba's injured. We fuck it. He's at the core of it, right? Our backups failed us. Last year, we're banking on Jesus to be very fit after the ACL, or Eddie, number 1,400k man. It's his time now, right? Remember people saying 10, 15 goals? Okay. Jesus didn't bounce back from the ACL. Our backup let us down. Havertz moves up top. That signing lets us. Our backup essentially, we don't win anything. This season again, we've had injuries. Yeah, everyone has injuries.
Yeah, everyone has.
Our backups are not good enough.
Nah, it's not. It's not about the cover. It's about having adequate cover, and it's been like that for a long time now. We've always had cover, and they were good, not good enough. If you're going into another season next season, but relying on Tomiyasu and Jesus and Partey and these guys, they're going to get injured. So what's the point of registering these players? Go and upgrade on them now. They've let you down. Yeah, go and upgrade on these players. Go and get these players in. People have said to me so far, 750 million we've spent. When you're telling me this manager's not bought a striker with that money.
That's the thing, because I think the defensive cover is actually. I actually think it's all right. I know you're saying that, but defensive is
defenders
fine, are good. Midfield, I mean.
Now it's fine, but was
okay.
it fine when Holding was coming in?
No. But that might be what spurred him to. I mean,
but what about the attack though?
Yeah, attack. Crikey. I mean,
That's
I'm
gone
not even lying.
Can't-
Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe are probably thinking, wow, we'd be getting time now. Chido
they
Obi
would.
Martin, I'll be getting some time now.
Yeah, Reece Nelson, all of them.
Reece Nelson, all these guys we've got go that we were like, oh, good, who's coming in? No, how can you get rid of 5 players in one window and bring 1 player in? What's going on here, man? This is the problem. And, people have sat and said so many times that, this manager just needs a striker. When are we going to get this striker then? Because he's had 5 years now. And I still can't answer the question of does he not want one, or the Kroenke's not allowing the money to be spent. Which one is it? Is it a bit of both? I can't answer that question.
Jesus technically he brought in a striker. He was the only really striker that he brought in. Obviously Havertz, you can say, but he never came in as a striker. So it's Jesus. But again, that was a good 2 seasons ago, and that you would expect us to then
50 million flop, let's be real. He's been a flop. He had 2 months at the start where I thought, he might do all right, might get 15, 20 goals here. Lacazette was 50 million. I think he's been better than Jesus. 100%. Player of the season under Emery, got us to that Europa League final. So we need to look at this attack big time in the summer, man. And I'm not just saying bring in 1 player. We need to bring in at least 2 or maybe another attacking midfielder. And this is without even the players that are going to leave. Summer is huge. But how many years have we been saying this?
Say this every season. Say this every season. Right, listen, I know this has been a bit of a venting sesh on this preview.
Be like that for the rest of the season, people.
And
what do people think? I'm going to switch around in 3 games and be like, on to next season. Hey.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Summertime, man.
You'd have more chance of seeing pigs fly than that. You getting excited after.
I keep saying we need to keep. They want us to keep listening to the Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff summertime.
Well,
just stick me DMX slipping on and I'll chill. Thanks.
Again, people. A very big eventing session here for this preview. Obviously, I just want to give you the stat from last season. We won the exact fixture 2-1 last season. I don't know if it'll be the same this season. Let me tell you that. But boys, it kind of ends with me getting your score predictions. You spoke about lack of attackers from windows of the past. Can we score? You spoke about style of play, and you want to see Arteta try things. Something to definitely talk about going into the end of the season, because I haven't been happy with the way we've been playing at all this season. Even though we've been getting over line with second in the league, whatever, important for the Champions League in the 3rd spot position. The way we've been playing has not been as enjoyable to watch as what I've seen in past seasons. So maybe it is time to change. But what does that lead to then? Score prediction, Turkish for this game. Are you predicting an Arsenal win?
No, bro. 2-1, 2-1. Nottingham Forest, man. I'm gone, bro.
It's gone.
Tottenham.
Wow. Okay. Forest 2-1.
2-1, 3-1. Put one of them out there, man. Whichever one you want to take them by my name.
Okay.
The comments will blame me for the result anyway. When I predict the loss, oh my God.
You've been in this for too long,
Huh?
You've been in this game for too long,
Yeah,
This
no,
is
man.
good.
I'm an
You
OG,
need to
man.
you tag up your hat at some point.
Soon when that hair comes through, I'm gonna hang up the hats, bro. Don't worry about that.
The hairline before trophy,
It's
bro.
shedding that. I don't know if that's part of the process or part of
is,
the
man.
fucking process that.
Yeah, process, man. Get rid of it to that ugly duckling face, mate. Trust me.
course.
Yeah, I
enjoy
don't know
that.
if it's.
forgot both,
I don't know if it's Arsenal or if it was. Yeah.
Bruv.
Here
You
we are.
man have all gone through your processes.
My process is complete.
Yeah, you man, it's looking healthy.
Big up, man.
Rah!
Thank you, bro.
I didn't realise
Appreciate
that. I'm up. Yeah. Anyway, let's not.
you're
digress.
alright, man.
Let
You're
me.
alright.
Not
You
for
don't have to
now.
worry.
It's thinning, but let me not.
Yeah.
Let's,
Soon come.
let me. Following this club at times, I swear to God, you're not wrong. Hairline bloody transplant should be sponsoring all of Arsenal fans. Anyway, Potts, are you predicting an Arsenal win? Yeah.
Man, this is the first. I think Turkish is being more positive than me. He thinks we're going to score.
Yeah, I know, but set piece maybe we ain't done one of
You
them
reckon?
in a while. I don't
It was the
know.
last time set piece of Lele was being sung out. I'm going to go 2-0 Forest because I feel like we're done dead and buried, bro. I can't lie to you. I feel like Forest are going to be well up for this one. I look at their attack. I'm a big fan of Hudson-Odoi, Lalanga. I think Chris Wood is going to be a threat. They've actually got players they could bring on, like Taiwo Wonyi as well.
Yeah, Wonyi.
Imagine if we had somebody like that to start right now.
They've lost their two of their last games.
They are
though.
under bad form, and that could be a good time to play them, but they'll be saying the same about us. They'd love to play Arsenal right now
Yeah,
off the
every
back
team
of
gets,
a loss,
yeah.
down and deflated after no being longer in a title.
At
They know
home
the
as
fact
well.
as well that they throw it away. Do you know what? I know Nottingham Forest fans that are like, title, that would have been a dream, that's a shame. Imagine that. They're thinking about that. We're like deflated as well, the same time as us. And they should never, ever be looking at this thinking, we can't win the title. They should be going for that Champions League. It'll be an unbelievable season for them. So, look, their system could work against us. I think Nuno could be a problem for us in terms of how they play. So I'm going to go for 2-0 Forest, and I'd love to say that we win it, but I just don't see it, man.
Fair. I remember going to their ground. I don't know if it was last year or 2 seasons ago. We lost to them at their place.
1-0.
And they stayed up. They stayed up, and
they killed our title.
And they were singing. Yeah. They were singing. Their fans were singing that they killed our aspirations again. Funny enough, so did West Ham a couple of seasons ago when we drew at their place. Anyway, it's tough to find a light. And I'm of positivity right now. I am gonna go 1-0 either way. I'm not gonna predict an Arsenal win or a Nottingham Forest win. I'm gonna go 1-0 either way. I'm not confident going into this game.
What kind of a prediction is that?
I've done it before. 1-0 either way, man. It's it could be. We could get. It's going to be a tight, slow game where.
My prediction: someone's going to win. That's my prediction.
Someone's going. You said 2-1, man. Don't do that. 1-0 either way.
Someone though. 1-0
either way. Low scoring game. Scumbag it. We could do it. I don't know. Don't believe it as much as Nottingham Forest getting a 1-0 win. So we'll see. Listen, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Apologies, I haven't got confidence. It is what it is. Let us know your thoughts and comments below on how you think this game's going to play out. And like this video, if you like this video, make sure you stay tuned to all the AFTV content coming your way in build up to the Nottingham Forest game. And also a big thank you again to Power Match UK for sponsoring this video.